Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good day, and good evening, regardless of where you are going to join me or probably watch the recorded uh, video. This is J1 FS right here in the building. All right, so today I want to quickly share something with you guys. It's been quite some time now, and what I really want to talk about is something very interesting, which I know that many of you, no doubt, you have been trading with this kind of style. And what I mean is, you trade the market, all right, and you don't just trade the market just because you see the market going up, you buy, you see the market going down, you sell, right? True. You trade the market because you have the knowledge, because you have the skill, and you have been around the block for some time, right? Yes. But today, I want to be sharing something that even me myself, I have been, I have this interest in this indicator, right? It's referred to as the Western indicator, which I personally have been trying to get to understand it myself. But since I've come to understood it quite pretty well, and I've been studying it for some time, and I've been seeing it played out. And now I've decided to, okay, because of the knowledge studying, I've come to understand that even if I know how to trade candlestick patterns, right? All right, because of course, candlesticks is what build, you know, the market. Candlestick is what build higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Without the candlesticks, we can't identify higher highs and higher lows. Probably we can use Hikanashi chart, we can use the bar chart, maybe we can even use the line chart, right? But in the case of candlestick patterns, for us to find the high, lows, the strength, the weakness, all these candlestick matter. So if you study candlestick very well and you are very good in using candlestick without an indicator, well, it is good. But let's not forget that candlestick is from Asia, right? So it's an indicator of the Asian people, right? And it has been introduced to the Western world and vertically almost, in short, everywhere in the world. So what I have come to learn and understand is that for us to use candlestick, well, this is my own personal humble opinion, all right, guys. For us to use candlestick properly and accurately and trade it in the direction that we are seeing the market telling us that this is where the market is going, we have to use the Western indicators, such as it can also be referred to as what? As a technical indicator, right? Yes, such as stochastic, we have the RSI, and we have the rest. Okay, we have MACD, all right? We have the Elliott wave and the rest. So for me, I'm just going to talk about the stochastic, all right? The stochastic oscillator indicator, all right? Now, if we know very well how to trade candlestick patterns, and then we want to balance it with this indicator here, okay, our trading style is going to be a boom. And what do I mean? Yes, I'm saying this because it's something that I have tested and I've seen it's working over the years. Right? I've been testing it over the years, but I actually didn't wrap myself around it. Not until I went into a deep study of it, and then I realized that yes, this actually really works. Now, for example, if we look at this Euro NZD trade, now if we go, of course, we don't have to be looking at one particular time frame. Right? We must understand what has happened in the past monthly. We must also understand what the market is doing presently right now on the weekly time frame. All right. We must also understand the movements on the week on the daily also. So this is the weekly, and now this is the daily. So for a long time the market has been buying, right? As you guys can see right here. It has been buying all the way to the upside, right? Now, at this point where the market came down to this area, so I want to be talking about this area from here, down here, all the way to this upside, this area. So when the market came down towards this level, we would have been buying this market, no doubt, at this level on the 1 hour chart, maybe 4 hours, maybe on the 15-minute chart, right? But we must also understand that we can't just trade. Yes, we can trade, buy, sell, candlestick patterns in the direction of the market, and we can make money, tons of money, as a matter of fact, in this market. Now think about it. You aligning candlestick pattern with the Western indicator, which is, for in this case, stochastic. It's very powerful, very, very powerful and effective, right? Now in this case, you look at the daily time frame. So this market here, this is Wednesday, last week Wednesday, this is Tuesday, and this is Monday, right? Now when the market came down towards this level, we can clearly see right here that we have the stochastic is at this level, right? It's at this level, at the bottom area of let me see what all right, let's use this color. We can clearly see that the stochastic is at the green area, which can be referred to, which is if we are going to go to the stochastic, let's look at the setting that I'm using right here. Okay, so normally once you put the stochastic oscillator on your chart, you are going to see this is going to be 1, 3, and 14. So usually I always change to 3, all right, in my own case, all right. And right here I actually do nothing. So the 20 area, which is the lower band of the stochastic, we can clearly see that the price has already moved down towards that area, all right, moved down towards that area. And also we can also see a divergence. We can see the market was falling down at this level, while here at this area we can see the same area here, right here, the stochastic was buying to the upside, while the market was falling down. That is divergence. That is one area of what? Of looking at the market using candlestick patterns and stochastic oscillator for clear and solid direction. Will I say direction? Probably a reversal to buy the market or to sell the market. In this area here, it would have been sell. Right here, we can see where market is at the stochastic at the top band, right? So at this place, we would have been contemplating a sell. And we can see how the market sold back in time all the way down here. And now this is the daily time frame, guys. And now price came down to this level and then to this level. Why shouldn't we be making all of this money right here? All of this money. Why? So this is a huge information I am sharing with you guys right now. If you have not been using this style, well, it might not it might not be important to you, but if you find it very interesting and you like it, please share with those who have interest and subscribe and like, all right? I would really appreciate that. Now, let's move on to the smaller time frame. But before we go to the smaller time frame, let's take a look at this. So this was last week Tuesday, right? And this was Wednesday, and this was Thursday. Now, before this Thursday candle emerge, right? Let's check this. I'm going to put this right here. Okay, I'll make it this color. So this was last week Wednesday candle on the daily, and we're going to make sure that it is right there on the 1 hour time frame, right? Yeah, visibility is right there on the 1 hour, right? So we're going to go all the way to the 1 hour. But before this, yes, let's take like that. On the 1 hour time frame right here, you can see this is the 1 hour time frame. So before all these moves came out, this is money on the table, right? So we have all of this. So this was what we have. So now let's go. This is Tuesday. Let's go to Wednesday, right? Wednesday. All right. So this is Wednesday. This was Wednesday right here. Now, we're going to look at what has happened in the past. The market was extension, retracement, extension, all the way to the downside. So at the time the market came towards this area here, we can clearly see that price did this movement. The market did this movement. So this was a long-legged doji candlestick pattern, right? Long-legged doji candlestick pattern. And then when this candle here closed in between this is a 1 hour time frame. In this scenario, what we're going to be expecting is a consolidation for some time, and then the market goes down again. But what happened at this point in time? Well, the market did not consolidate and it did not go down. Instead, what happened? Buyers were able to successfully push price, bullish engulfing that engulfed this candle, right? But still stays in between that doji, all right? So at this point in time, this area becomes a support area. Why? Because market bounced up from this area all the way to this level. And then we saw a consolidation of, a lot of noise, candlestick signals, all right, that are indicating a buy, a sell, a buy, a sell. So it was a fight, a struggle between buyers and sellers at this point in time. Now, what next happened after all of this? We clearly see that at this point in time, the market, buyers were able to successfully push price above this long-legged doji high, right? But before then, after then, price already created some few highs area right here. So making all of this area to be a strong level of resistance. But buyers were still able to push price above it, all right, and close and buy all the way up, right? Exactly. So at this point in time, what we would have been waiting to see at this point in time was no other thing than wait to buy the market. And we're not just going to buy the market because we know how to use candlestick patterns, we understand candlestick movement. So when we see all of this candlestick pattern right here, we know that, oh, there was a fight between buyers and sellers in this area. And once this candle break out from this resistance area, then it was a buy. Yes. But at the same time, when the market closes for the day, on Tuesday, open for Wednesday, we saw a doji. So now I'm going to take out this vertical line. We saw a doji. This was around 12 midnight, right? According to my time. So this was a doji. This was a doji, all right? A spinning top candlestick pattern. Spinning top, this is called spinning top, and this is a doji star. Not a doji star, but a doji, right? And then we got a strong bearish engulfing pattern that is indicating that, or not bearish engulfing, but very strong candle that shows that sellers have taken control over the buyers, right? And they push price down all the way. Even when buyers came in here, sellers still managed to push price all the way down to this space. Now, at this point in time, right here, we must be looking at also the stochastic. What is the stochastic telling us right now? Where is price right down at the stochastic? We can clearly see that price is at where? At the stochastic. It is at the lower band area of the stochastic. And price too, from this up area, okay, resistant area, that was coming all the way from this side, all the way from here, price came all the way down. And as sellers were pushing price all the way down to this area here, the stochastic too was also going down all the way to the lower band of the stochastic. You can see that. So if we would have been monitoring this scenario back in time, we would have been hoping to see a very good candlestick pattern, all right, to buy this market back in time. Knowing that daily time frame, remember we checked the daily time frame, it was from the daily time frame we move all the way to the 1 hour time frame, right? Now, we've already analyzed the daily rather, not the monthly. We saw that at the level where price is, we are expecting a buy. Because on the daily, now I'm going to go back to the daily, all right? Because on the daily, right here, okay, Because on the daily right here, we saw price came all the way down to this level to respect a previous important key level of support back in time right here. You see, all of these areas were support. All of these areas were support. Now, not only just that the price came to that area to respect that support area, we can also see price came down inside the lower band of what? The stochastic area. Now, at this point in time, right here, all right, when this candle closes like this, I would have been expecting a buy at this level. I can see the stochastic is at the lower band area, so I'm expecting a buy. I was expecting a buy, and the trend, if you look at this blue line, is up. All right. I have many convergences to tell me that this market is a buy. I have a support area. Market bounce up for here, bounce up here, and now price came down here again. I'll be expecting the same thing to happen, a buy, right? Exactly. Now, when I go back all the way again to the 1 hour time frame, the only thing I'll be looking for at this point in time is a very key candlestick signal that reverses the trend, all right? Because already we can see the 1 hour market structure is down, short-term trend is down, right? Good. So at this point in time, market started moving a kind of sideways movement. Even if it's going up, it's coming down all the way down here. So once I realized this, I saw that the market at this point in time, right here, after buying from this level, making this area a support, and the price too bounce up from this area. So when the market go all the way up right here, came down, went up again, came down here, at this point in time, I will be looking for a buy. Yes, it's that simple. Now, at this point here, I can clearly see candlestick signal. Now, in this kind of candlestick signal 1 and 2, this is what I called inside bar candlestick pattern, Aramic candlestick pattern. It's inside bar and also an Aramic candlestick signal. Now, what is the psychology behind Aramic candlestick signal? Inside bar, what is the psychology? Now, I'm going to measure, all right? I'm going to measure the previous candle, which was this particular candle. I'm going to measure their high and the low. Now, the psychology is whenever price closes at the middle area, then there is a reason for the market to reverse. Yes, there is a reason for the market to do what? For the market to reverse. Now, reverse to where? Let's not forget that the market trend was down, short-term trend was down, and now price is down right here. All right? So once this candle forms and closes at the middle of this previous candle, it has already given me a signal for a buy. And then I can confirm it with this stochastic area. Price is already buying at this time inside the stochastic. If we can see from here, look at my arrow, we can see divergence, and from here, where is the market is falling down, the stochastic is already buying divergence. I have a candlestick signal already at this point in time. Now, I'm not just talking about the divergence. The divergence is another key reason for me to buy the market. But what I'm talking about today in this video is that whenever we want to use candlestick pattern to buy or sell the market, let us make sure that we are aligning it with stochastic in case we are using stochastic oscillator in our trading. But if we are not using it, all fine and good. And if you are not using it and you want to test it, feel free to back test it, okay, now that you're watching this video, all right, and see how your trading is going to change, all right. So at this point in time, I am confirming right now that I can buy this market. So the only thing I'm going to be looking for is a candlestick signal that shows that buyers are now inside this market. For me, if I like, I can see bullish pressure and I can see bullish strength. The body of the candle shows bullish strength, and this body of this candle engulfs this bearish candle right here. So I can decide to buy the market here, or I can decide to wait for this candle, buy the market, and stop loss goes below the previous pattern, which was right down here. So this is where I'm going to put my stop loss in case I buy this market at the area that I'm talking about right here. My stop loss is going to go down right here, and then I am going to risk whatever I want to risk. Right? I'm going to risk whatever I want to risk, whatever I feel like according to my strategy. All right? If I'm risking 1 for 2, bam, that's my 1 for 2. Will I win the trade? Yes, I will win that trade. As you guys can see, money make easy. Money make easy. If it's 1 for 3 you want to risk, for example, normally for me, I will be targeting, for example, for myself, I'll be targeting this high. And then if I move my position all the way to that level, this is 1 for 3. And will I win that trade? Of course, I'm going to win that trade. And this is how you make money in this market without having any troubles at all. Why? Because you have the knowledge. All right? You know what you are doing. You are not just here playing around. You know what you're doing. You have your tools right here that you're going to use to make money in this business. And this is just all I just want to share with you guys. And it's that easy. Well, not too easy if you ask me, because I've been around in the market for at least 4 years. So I can say it's easy. And if it's easy for you, all fine and good. But for beginners, believe you me, it's not that so easy. But once you are familiar with it, once you have practiced, like my mentor told me one certain time, give it time, practice, you're going to get it. This is all it takes. Practice, quiet your heart, practice, implement what you have studied, and just allow the market do its thing, and you're going to be a winner in this market. And believe you me, that's just the way it is. All right, guys, so this is what I want to share with you guys. Okay, take your time to watch this video one more time, 2 or 3 times. Okay, and if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. I really appreciate. If you have not yet liked, please like the video, share with your friend, and subscribe for more to come. Thank you very much, and stay tuned for my next video.